Greeting, dear listener, and welcome to Studying King Chang. My name is Ryan. Today we are going to be discussing the King's Speech, a historical drama first released in 2010 and that was nominated for 12 Oscars. The main character, Kimberly, in changing his studying overcome many obstacles. This realizing he is metamorphosed from a silent speech impediment to a great policy presenter. And we are exploring deep into a genre about human resilience and achievement for today's episode, A Florence Loyal Toy. Join me as we to unveil the extraordinary story of this king with the movie. There are so many people who started in the world, but this is fatal to a king because as the leader of a country, fluent and powerful speech is one of their essential skills. George Shakespeare suffered from a severe stutter. As described in the movie The King's Speech, his shame experience of overcoming the stuttering gives so many positive reinforces to many patients with a speech impediment today. Even though treating speech impediment needed takes so many patients and infants for a long time, the good news is that speech impediment are not terminal illnesses. No, the treatment model and the strategy of people nowadays with a speech impediment has made a significant advancement in technology. Alongside positive change prevents the sport and health. Stuttering is by the far the most prevalent amongst people with a speech disorder, and although today's society is more technology for all the forms of stuttering, and the speech language pathologist clearly states that speech practice is the main treatment for all the forms of stuttering. Also, the plot of King's Speech prevents the individual with a speech impediment can overcome difficulty and achieve the significant improvement in speech extension. Through the use of the extensive practice, professional guidance, and perseverance. However, at the beginning of this episode, the treatment doesn't really go well because the king doesn't actually believe a doctor with no medicine training can save him, and the king, since those treatment is too unusual, like when he needed to speak, he needed to put a headphone on. But then in the end of the movie, the king's reliance on Dr. Loyal prevents the effectiveness of the treatment. The strategy used by Dr. Loyal is the concept of self-regulated learning in education psychology. But what is self-regulated learning? Self-regulated learning means your opportunity to seek goal, manage the time, and monitor your progress in this education experience. In order for students to be self-regulated, they needed to be aware of their own of the process and be motivated to activity the participants in their own learning process. Therefore, Dr. Loyal's strategy are linked with the concepts of self-regulated learning in education psychology. For example, Dr. Loyal asked the king to overcome the speech impediment step by step, such as speech with a headphone, speech without a headphone, and then speech in a small group, even a big party. Also, Dr. Loyal asked the king to schedule his time to spend on the treatment. And people with a speech impediment today need to really charge themselves, even they are fail to do it, but they need to do it. They needed to overcome the challenge. Now, let's fast forward to the present. Speech treatment has development, and the individual speech impediment today are benefiting from the toilet approach. And I just interviewed one of my friends who has the speech impediment some time ago, and I knew about a virtual speech, the very app from him. With the user data showed that there was more and more people with a speech impediment as currently receiving the treatment.
The virtual program uses new methods include the artificial intelligence driver exercise and the real-time feedback to allow the user to practice and improve their speak skill from the where they feel comfortable in their home or they don't have to face with the doctor.
Some people with a speech impediment that's why we like talk face to face, even with daughter, because it will make them feel so nervous and the words just like stuck in their throat, they cannot come out from their mouth. Therefore, this vocal treatment model is favored by many patients with speech impediment today.
Even if the difficulty are hard to overcome, the experience of Kimberly has pushed out more and more people to actually take action and realize that was with hard work and patience, speech impediment can be overcome. Just like the ending of the movie, the silent king spoke up, saw himself and overcoming the speech impediment. His word, though hesitant at first, contained a few resource that was united the people in England in their dark hour. Now, when I think about the challenge faced by people with speech impediment, I can help but I saw the respect for them. Alright, that's all the content for today. So if you are interested in our story, please join us next week. Stay tuned to the Starring King channel as we continue to explore the next episode, The King's Counter's Call.